Hi everyone, it's back again. We're just gonna jump into some more card playing action. Again, this was pre-recorded and I'm just doing the voiceover. So bear with me as we do this. I did watch this gameplay at least, so I know exactly what's going on. But I think this is probably the best video that we did yet. So please let me know what you think in the comments below. My opponent's gonna go first, and we have a okay hand. Vanroom's not bad to start with. Slitherwing, alright. Not my favorite Pokemon to have in an opening hand, but it's good discard fodder if I need it. Unless I'm playing Joltik Box, then I'm like, whew, I love having Slitherwing. And this one, I think, is... so it's a Mega Lucario. Again, I've been running into a lot of these on the ladder lately. That Mega Charizard. Those are the two decks I keep running into, and then everyone's favorite Goldengo. And so they just draw, attach to Lucario, or Riolu, and then pass. So, if I can... I can't really get a one-shot here, so I can just set up for the game. So, I Nest Ball. I believe I Nest Ball for Tail Mask? Or do I Nest Ball for Squawk? I'm thinking about the two of them. It's more of what can I give up. I know if I give up the Teal Mask now, I might regret it later. And I've been trying to not do that, but I guess I changed my mind. There you go. So I do go to the Fairy Teal Mask Pokemon. And then I'm going to Fan Call for 2 Hoot Hoots and a Noctowl, as per the usual tradition. Drop them down. And then it's just a pass from me. Not the start that you really want with Raging Bolt. I'd like to be aggressive right out of the front, out of the gate, but it's easier to just get set up so that I can be aggressive early later, or be aggressive later if I have to. It takes a little while for Riolu's or Lucario decks to set up, so it gives me a little bit of time. This one was a very strange deck list though. Calamity Wasteland, I haven't seen that card in a very long time. The Mega Kangaskhan, the Latias, it was a very strange deck. Very cool, but very strange. So my opponent's gonna Lunar Cycle for 3 cards, and then he's gonna switch to Mega Kangaskhan for another 2. This is where I was like, why is Mega Kangaskhan in this deck? It's not like any of the other decks I've seen. Also, more juicy fodder for Raging Bolt. So, we won't argue there. So, he draws some more cards, and I believe he puts an energy down. Yep, so there's an energy on Mega Kangaskhan now. And that is... Oh, and another Riolu. I believe that's the end of his turn. Nope, you put a Rocky Chestplate there. It's a card I don't see that often, which is interesting. Again, this game was very interesting. And then it's pass. So, my turn now. And ideally, I'd either like to kill Kangaskhan or kill something with 2 prizes. So, I have to unfortunately set up for those kills. So, I set up by getting a Lightning and a Grass. The Grass is for, obviously, Teal Mask Gogapon. Hopefully I can get a Bolt out of this as well. So we're going to Teal Dance to see what we draw. And it's Bundle. Not bad. And then I decide to Noctowl. Because I was trying to check to see like what I had in the discard pile. I couldn't remember if I put the energy down. Unfortunately, I'm going to need to somehow get... oh no, I do have a Sada in hand. Okay. So I don't need to worry about that, but I have to figure out a way to discard an energy. Oh, and I have an Earthen Vessel. So, Raging Bolt, Earthen Vessel, the Lightning away, giving me an activated Sada for another Grass and a Fighting. And attach Raging Bolt. We all know the drill. Okay, first we're gonna Sada. Still didn't get the Latias, but that's okay. We attach the Raging Bolt. And we put put down Ogre for another grass. Oh, because I wanted to try to get Fan Rotom out of the active. Fortunately, now I need a Area 0 and the Latias. Or Prime Catcher, one of the two. But I don't have either of those. So, without anything else I can do, I just pass. Hopefully, you know, the Fan Rotom gets taken out or something else. And then my opponent's game glitches a little. Or my game glitches a little on my opponent's side. So first he Rotix me, so I have to like figure out what to discard. I go with the bundle first because my bench is locked anyhow, it's fine. I then get rid of the fighting energy because more energy in the discard pile is not a bad thing. I don't know why I go over the superior energy retrieval over the super rod. And then obviously the Raging Bolt is to just, it's fine. And the Night Stretcher is fine. Again, I really don't know why I do this. I kept the super rod, but it's not a big deal. It ends up helping me in the end, but it's a little, I don't know. I could have used that. I could have used the superior energy drill. So here's where the game glitched on me and wouldn't tell me what the card was my opponent used. So for all I knew, it was something else that I was like, I was putting myself in some sort of death trap. I ended up just taking a risk and putting up Knocked Owl. It turns out that my opponent used Repel, which was why it was asking me to pick a card on my bench. The Knocked Owl was not the worst decision, not the best. If I could have gotten the Area 0, Latias is not going to help Knocked Owl while be active. So I'd have to either waste an energy or Prime Catcher or something else. But at least, you know, I didn't have to worry about it. And then I think this Mega Lucario ends up taking the Knocked Owl kill anyhow, which is fine, because I didn't need it anyhow. There was a reason I promoted it, was mostly because I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So they free up a bench space for me, and I also don't have to worry about a stage 2 I can't get out, or stage 1 I can't get out of the active. So now I promote the big boy, and we get the Area 0, which is great. It's one turn a little too late, but it's okay. So we actually go for a Fez here to draw more cards. Obviously, Raging Bolt's biggest weakness is if you drop down its hand to nothing, it's hard to get more cards, but I bring up the Fez to draw as much as I can. I found it recently, I'm not using Fez as much as I used to. I used to rely on Fez a lot, and now I've kind of slowed down in using it. Some games I just don't even see it at all. But in this case, it was a perfect match. So, kind of just checking my discard pile real quick, trying to figure out what I want to bring up. I can't get any more energies out on the field. And then I decide, you know what, I want to just take the Latias. Take the two prizer right in front of me, not worry too much about it, and I just kill it, take 2 prizes. I know I can quickly like catch up on killing at least 1 Mega, so I'm willing to give up the 2 prizer to then bring back a Raging Bolt to cause more havoc. So there's the Calamitous Waste, and I'm like, I haven't seen this card forever, what's it do? I think it's extra retreat. It really doesn't matter because in the end I get rid of it next turn anyways, because we have 2 stadiums in hand. So they evolve into another Mega Lucario, they get the Fighting Gong, we get a Fighting Energy, and then they Lunar Cycle an energy away from our cards. So my opponent looks to be in like a really, really good position right now. And I know he switches into, yeah, Mega Lucario, and he kills my Raging Bolt here. So again, looks very, very good. And I'm gonna promote the Teal Mask Ogrepon, I believe? Yes. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with this Calamitous Wasteland. We're gonna get rid of that right away. So I believe I drop down the Raging Bolt and I get rid of the Wasteland with Area 0. Oh, no, we flipped the script first. So getting rid of the wasteland opens up my bench even more, and I can get rid of the two fan and squawk who aren't really useful at this point and get a lot of gas. Now my bench is wide open again. I'm able to switch in and out. So now we need to set up enough energies. We need 5 energies to kill the Mega Lucario. So we start with setting up the Raging Bull. Not a bad set of sets of cards. Put the lightning down. I Super Rod. This is where actually Super Rod does come in. So I'm gonna Glass Trumpet onto my 2 normal types that are sitting there. So now I'm at 4, and then I'm gonna Super Rod back the grass energy in 1 bolt, I think. Yeah, we get rid of the bundle, we get put back bolt, and then the 2 grass energies. So that I can, if I need another bolt again, I can just pop 1 back on my bench. And then we Earthen Vessel away the Luvencia. Yeah. And I felt hesitant to do that because I wanted the easy, like, lightning gather again, but at this point we're getting close to the end of the game, so if I could just outmaneuver the megas, I could take out anything on the bench. So, Teal Dance. We're at 6 energies now, more than enough to kill. And I think a Jewel Seeker here. I'm thinking about Jewel Seekering and Nest Balling, but I can't remember why I was thinking about the Nest Ball. But I think I ended up Jewel Seekering, yeah. Yep, and then I think I get the boss here, or the Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher and another Arrow Zero in case this wasteland comes out. Oh, and I Prime Catcher up the Mega Kangaskhan. That's why. I used it as a swap in instead of using the Latias because I wanted to take out Kangaskhan first. Even though I had more than enough to kill Lucario, I think I just decided it was easier to get the energy back to kill Solak or Lunatone. So 6 is the number. No, 5 is the number for this. And I just clear out Raging Bolt because I know that he's just gonna get swamped next turn. So 3-8. And now we're down to 1 more. I just need 1 kill. Good to go. So my opponent promotes Mega Lucario. This isn't a hard thought for him, it's just a kill from Lucario. Motorcycle for 3. Attach to the other Mega Lucario. Energy retrieval back to energies. Oh, that's the motorcycle there. I don't know what drew him cards before unless I just saw things that didn't exist. There's Monkey Down. It's not going to be useful at this point, especially when Raging Bolt really doesn't want to leave it damage on the field. And they Lily the entire hand away. So whatever they had in their hand was not very good. And there was the Fez. So they're killing my Raging Bolt, and now I know it's kind of like I gotta kill him this turn or it's over. I'm pretty sure I have the tools to do it, knowing I have Iron Leaves as well. I believe actually Iron Leaves is what takes this, because I think I just get a boss around here. So I flip the script, get Turo. Raging Bolt. And I'm trying to figure out how to do this. So I teal dance for one. I think this is where I get the boss. Nope, I still didn't get boss. How was it that I did this? Put the raging bolt down. I think I sorta. Oh yeah, I have 4 energies here. No, that's 5. That's it. Yep, that's it. That's 5. So I just got the raging bolt here. I didn't get the iron beams, and I just killed. So that's the first game. So far, I've done pretty well against Mega Lucario decks. Obviously, it's easy to kill Mega Lucario. Oh, that's where my boss was. Was in my prizes. It's easy to kill a Mega when you have enough energies, and then just kind of like, basically, you're looking to kill 2 Pokemon, not 1. So. We should be right along to our next match. And we're so close to ranking up at this point. We're like at the end of Pokeball rank, and I'm really kind of excited about it. So, all right, so here we go. We got another person, and I just adore their name. It's funny, absolutely hysterical. I can't believe Pokemon lets them get away with it. So, I win the coin toss, and I believe I choose to go second here. Yes. Okay. Cool. And his deck, my opponent's deck is Tinkaton EX. You won't see it right this second, but you'll see it when everything's set up. I have a weird memory with this deck. I've never played it. There used to be a person at Locals who used to play this deck. That was basically her deck, and I got to test run it when it was first built for her, and I remember this deck, so it's like, you know, just, oh, I remember this. It's been a long time. So, so they flip over the Tinkatinks, and I'm like, okay, cool, alright, it's Tinkaton EX, like, this is a different deck. I haven't seen this deck in a very long time. So they're starting to try to set up some energies to get rid of the rare candy, to get some energies into their hand. And what's very weird about this one is it really relied heavily on getting the energies out of the discard pile using the new Wondrous patch. Still uses Dunsparce. It used Abra as well. And yeah, it was using a lot of Wondrous patch, which I thought was a very interesting concept for the deck. Though I think I would have rather hand attached as well. It probably would have gotten them up and running faster. So, game starts. We're gonna get Fan Rotom in here. And I'm just checking to see what I have for Pokemon. I believe I put that second Raging Bolt down too, maybe. Nope, I just Fan Call. Hoots and Noctowls galore. We all know the deal. Drop the 2 Hoots. And then I'm just like, I'm not going to think this too far. I'm going to get 1 energy in the discard pile for lightning energy. I think I get a grass and a fighting. Or is that a lightning? 2 grass. I don't know what I get. There we go, I did get a fighting. Okay. And then I just crisp it. Because again, we're not going to think too far into this. We're just going to get the energy onto Raging Bolt. We're going to just take what's in front of us. So, a fighting onto Raging Bolt, a lightning onto Raging Bolt, and then a kill onto Tinkatank. And with the discarding of the fighting, because I have that one in my hand, so I know I can attack it there. So, there goes Tinkatank, down into the discard pile, drop rise. And this bails me out again, I get a Nest Ball. So, you know, that continuous saying of like, I'm gonna regret not taking Tail Mask Pokemon. I keep getting bailed out by my prizes. The last couple of games. The Nest Ball is going to allow me to get the Tail Mask, which is allowing me to use Noctowl, which has allowed me to keep up the pressure. So, my opponent puts down the 2 Abras, and I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with this Alakazam. So, I kind of start to focus on that Alakazam a lot, the Alakazam line, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let that get set up. For those who don't know how Tinkaton EX runs, is it has an attack where the damage is done based off of how many cards you have in hand. Very similar to Alakazam, only Alakazam increases damage. This person actually hits me for their starting attack for 30. We're both like, yeah! But, yeah! But anyways, so, very similar to Alakazam, so the two kind of work very similarly, only Alakazam is placing damage counters, so you bypass a lot of the effects, of, like, doing damage to your opponent. So, Teal Mask, we got, one Teal Dance for, Fan Rotom, that's great. We're gonna knock down for some cards. So I think at this point I'm like, alright, I gotta get Sada back again, and I need to catch that Abra. Because I'm not gonna let 2 Abra or Alakazams go running around. I will make this a 1 prize game if I have to. So I do take the Prime Catcher, and then I decide to take Boss's orders too, because this is just, I'm just gonna continue to chase these things down. So I boss up the Abra, knowing I have a fighting in hand, and I just put the fighting down on Raging Bolt, and I kill it. I think I just get rid of a fighting energy too. Yeah. So get rid of that fighting energy, kill the Abra, take another prize. This deck doesn't want to go to just have a 1 prize mapping, but I will take them if they're given to me. So my opponent promotes Dunsparce, not Dunsparce, Dunsparce. It involves a Kadabra, which has now made it target number 1 again. I honestly, in this game, I was like, let them evolve into Tinkaton EX. I can control their card draw based off of killing some of their supporting mons, the Kadabra and the Dunsparce. And I'm okay with losing a Raging Bolt at this point. I am very much ahead of the game, and I have 1 in my hand, so I can start setting up 2 while I'm kind of picking at Pokemon on their bench. And so they get a Dunsparce, which they're going to send back into the deck shortly, because his people need him, so he must heed the call. And promote the other Dunsparce. And then Wonder Patch onto the Kadabra, and I'm like, no, that's, oh no, it's on the other Tinkaton. Okay, the Tinkatink. So, I'm still not excited about that Kadabra. It's gonna die. Oh yeah, there's the energy on the Kadabra. So, they Lily again, and now that they have 8 cards, I think that's kind of it for them. The deck's getting awfully thin though, so I don't expect this to be. Well, I expect this to be a big enough hit, but not huge enough hit that I'm worried about it. So they evolve 1 into Tinkata. And I had to look at it because I didn't even know what this one did. There is one that's more optimal for this deck that lets you draw cards, but I don't remember what it is or where it's from. Alright, so I think I'm gonna just Tail Dance here. See what I get, and then I'll probably knock Owl for the rest of my stuff. So, there's Area 0. I decided to place the other Raging Bolt and start building it up, and then I knocked Owl for a Sada. I don't remember what else I get, but I know I got a Sada. And not the Palpad, I was trying to move the thing. And, or the vessel. There we go. So we're gonna Sada for a lightning and a fighting. So now I have 2 set up. And then I think I put Area 0 down for the bundle. And then I get rid of the fan for some energies. my last fighting and another grass. And this is where I'm going to prime catcher up that Kadabra and get rid of it so I don't have to worry about Alakazam coming in and drawing more cards. Because that's really my big concern, is just essentially the amount of card draw that my opponent can have. So there's 3, 6, I think Kadabra does 9, might be 5 more. So it's Kadabra's 3 more. So yeah, so like 9 cards in hand. That's a lot. So that's why I'm like, no, we're not gonna do Kadabra. I'll just take it out. So we do that. And I choose to get both fighting here because it really didn't matter, and I knew I'm gonna have the Sada again, so that's why I just chose both fighting. And then whichever one gets promoted, I just need to look for the fighting, essentially, or the Sada to get the fighting. I have a Night Searcher in hand, so I can retrieve it. And the Hoot is actually kind of a nice addition. I don't think I end up using any more / knockdowns for the rest of the game, though. So they promote to Dunsparce. And at this point, I think they're just trying to set up enough energies for a kill. Yep, so the enrichment energy for card draw. Hilda allows them to get a Tinkaton EX and another energy if there's another energy in their deck. So they get a Nishin and a Dunsparce. They evolve the Dunsparce and they run away draw. His people need him. He must heed the call. And then we go into Tinkaton. And this is when they evolve into 2 Tinkaton EXs. The other one is Rare Candied into. Yeah, there's another Dunsparce. And I think the other Tinkaton comes out too. They're nest balling for the Dunsparce. There we go. Yep, there's the Red Candy and there's the Tinkaton EX. So there's now 2 of them on the and Big Hammer does exactly 240 with the amount of cards they have in hand. So definitely one-shotting Red Candies here. And I don't get enough energy. Because I choose to use Night Searcher on the Raging Bolt. I'm looking at this now. I probably would have had enough energies if I had used the Superior Energy Retrieval. I don't know why. For some reason, I was concerned I didn't have enough energies. But to kill the Tinkaton is 5. And I just need a Superior Energy Retrieval for fighting. Wow. Instead I decided to Hyper Blower, and I'm like, whatever they give to me, I'll figure it out from there. So, they Hyper Blower, and they give me a Dunsparce, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually something I can kill. That's easy. And so I choose the Glass Trumpet onto 2 of my normal Pokemon. I see so many options here. Oh, yeah, I couldn't have gotten Raging Bolt on the active out of fan. So, Iron Leaves is the only other one that could have gone to the active. But still, I could have just attached Raging Bolt, and I don't know why I did that. But, I put out Iron Leaves, and I basically know that I'm basically sacrificing him, but he's gonna get me to, another kill at least out of, off of the Dunsparce. So, And then I get rid of the superior energy retrieval for Fez. What an interesting play that I'm looking at now, and I'm like, why did I make that? That's not optimal. That's okay. I do get the setup for next turn though, so now I know I'm in the clear for the following turn to kill the Tinkaton and win the game. So I take the Dunsparce in front, or the Dunsparce in front of me, get 1 prize. There's another Ultra Ball, so if I needed a knockout, I can use that knockout. I know they have a kill here on Iron Leaves because they were able to kill Raging Bolt. And there's another Abra, but I don't care about that Abra anymore. I want one of the 2 Tinkatons in the back, and I know I'm going to get them. So I just wait for my opponent to give them to me. So they get another Hilda. And I think they're going to just run away draw into Tinkaton. Yeah. So if people need him, he is back in the deck. And Tinkaton comes out. And I believe they're just going to hit Iron Leaves for damage. Yep, and they bring back the Dunsparce. And they're just going to hit me. Yep, so 360 no scope and damage. Kills the Iron Leaves, and then I just promote a Raging Bolt here. If I need to swap, I could, but I'm not going to. With the 2 Raging Bolts and the Ogre Pawn, I have more than enough energies now available to me to kill the Tinkatons. We put on another Leaf Energy, just to make doubly sure, because I couldn't remember how much damage I did with 5. In fairness, I was recording this a little later at night. So there's 5, there's 6, that's 420, and it's down. And we're 2 in a row in this video, which is awesome. And the next opponent gets just as good, I think, in terms of deck. If I remember which deck it is. I actually might not. Nope, yeah, this is also another weird, cool deck. So we get a couple of cool different decks. And we ranked up. So now we are officially in Great Ball League. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we've taken quite a turn since we changed the deck for, what, a 3rd time? And I think we finally settled on a list that's good. And for a while I didn't think I was gonna get into Pokeball League. So I'm glad that, like, we're starting to get up there. There's 4 ranks that we need to get up through here, and then after that it's just Ultra Ball and then Arceus. So we're, like, at the halfway point. But this video's not done. We're gonna get 1 more game in. In this game, Fan puts in a lot of work. For it to flip. And it's tails. And I win the coin toss, so I choose to go second, as I always do with Raging Bolt. Well, I guess I don't always choose to go second, but I choose to go second in this scenario. And 2 Hoots and a Slitherwing. Again, I don't want to start Slitherwing first. Especially because my only energy acceleration is Puspin, so I start with 2 Hoots. However, my opponent mulligans 3 times, which gives me 3 cards. And looking at it, it's a Team Rocket deck. There are several different versions of the Team Rocket deck, so I kind of have an idea of what I'm looking at, but, like, the bats were kind of throwing me off. I get a fan out of this mix, which is really cool, and I have everything I need to actually tackle Random, which makes me pretty happy. I do love the little detail as a side note that like all the rocket cards have a really cool animation on live. I'm sure it's really annoying as a player of the deck, but as someone who's casually getting to see it now and again, it's really nice to like see some cool animations. So, and forgive me, I don't know a lot about the Team Rocket deck in terms of like what cards do what. So there's a lot more of looking at cards and just being like flying off the seat of my pants here. I think this is the one that lets you take 3 Pokemon from the deck if they're Team Rockets. Yes. It's the only supporter that lets you go first on the Team Rocket side, so you get 2 spiders and another Zunat. And any one of those are great, you know, fodder for me. So I'm kind of just looking at what happened. I think A, I might have taken off my eyes off the game for a minute, and B, I might have forgotten what happened in that moment, so I was like kind of looking through the list. Sometimes you're like sitting here playing, and then you're like, wait a minute, what just happened? What cards were taken? I have no idea. So, my opponents are trying to figure out what to do next, and I think they just pass here. Yes. And I get a Squawk off the top, which isn't too bad, but I don't think I really care for it. So I get rid of the Rocket Factory for Area 0. I don't think that was ultimately the greatest choice on the planet. I do put down Squawk, and I Nest Ball for Teal Mask Pokemon. Yeah. We're gonna Prime Catcher up. I think one of the spiders is what I target. Yeah. And then I bring up Fan because I know I can kill it. I think I just attach here too. Oh no, I get a Crit Spec because I'm gonna get a Grass Army too. So I get 1 Lightning and a Grass. Attach the Lightning to Fan and Teal Mask or Teal Dance for the Grass. And I get another Area 0 off the top here, which kind of puts me on the back foot for the rest of the game because I'm obviously gonna Squawk this away, and that was my only other Area 0. I should have probably. Well, I understand why I did it now because I probably wanted to try to save it. Then I Teal Danced away, or Teal Danced and then Squawked away the other one, and this deck runs factories like for tomorrow. So I decided to hold the rest of the cards here, just take what's in front of me, which is a single prizer. Again, this is another just single prizer game special. And I get a Sada off of that, which is good, so I can set up Raging Bolt next turn. Zubat comes out. And I definitely forgot the fan call. I saw it now. I forgot the fan call. Whoopsie daisy. This has happened more than one occasion at this point, and I probably should just like have like some sort of marker that tells me I fan called. But yeah, I definitely forgot the fan call. So they replaced my Area 0 with Team Rocket's Factory, which means I'm now running with a small board for the rest of the game, which isn't an ideal situation, but that's okay. And then the Ultra Ball for, I think, a Spidops. So, upon playing this deck more, I think this is the Team Rocket Battle deck that you can buy at stores. I think that's what this deck list is. So the Archer, which is kind of like an unfair stamp, and I only get 3 cards. Not a big deal. 2 of those are Ultra Ball. I had to go check again to see what that was. So that means I can just get my Noctowl in play that I forgot to fan call for, which is fine. And kind of keep going from there. So this point, I could probably, like, nothing's really threatening me on this board. So it's just kind of taking what's in front of me and just putting pressure on my opponent. So I get this Ultra Ball, and I Ultra Ball the Nest Ball and the Ultra Ball away. Because I'm not going to have a big board, so the Nest Ball is not that useful. And we're going to get Knocked Owl. And Knocked Owl is going to get me a Sada. I think I'm going to go for the Sada anyhow. And then I have no idea what I go for here. Maybe Glass Trumpet? I know I eyed the Levincia at one point, and I'm like, it's too early. And I think... Actually, I might go for Boss here? No, because I can't Boss up the Spite Ops and kill it. So I go for the Crispin and the Sada. So I Sada onto Raging Bolt to get more cards, and then I Teal Dance onto Ogre Pawn. And again, just checking the deck list to see what else I'm missing in there. I have no energies in there now, so it kind of just up on the seat of our pants. Take the kill in front of me, and now we're up 2 presses. So again, just putting pressure on my opponent to kind of attack me. Like, they're not. There is one moment where my opponent doesn't take the kill when they should have. They would have gotten the kill. I'm like pretty sure they would have. But instead they choose not to take the kill, and they swap into another Pokemon, and that doesn't take the kill onto Raging Bolt. That's later in the game. But until then, they got the Spite Ops up. But yeah, I just kept putting pressure on them until basically the game was over. So, and that's what you want to do. You want to make your opponent uncomfortable and put as much pressure on them as possible, so that they have to speed up their gameplay or their game. You know, they can't sit back and set up their board as much as they want to. They have to start taking prizes, because otherwise you're just gonna run through the game. So they Proton again. I think this is the one that lets them get Pokemon on their bench. Yes, so there you go. So a Spider, a Mewtwo, and I think there was a bat there too. Oh, it was Mimikyu. Mimikyu's not bad for a free retreat option, however its attack is not useful in this game. The Mewtwo is what I actually become kind of worried about, because Mewtwo could one-shot my Raging Bolt and just about anything on the field, so but it's also a 2-prizer, so I do want to take it out as quick as possible, because we do like the 2 prizers. So my opponent falls into Golbat and drops damage on Raging Bolt, which is the correct play. I think that is 100% the correct play. Damaging my Raging Bolt makes it a softer target for their Mewtwo to just kill. And then they move the energy onto Mewtwo and pass. So they're basically sacrificing their Spite Ops to me, which I won't say no to that. So checking again the pile, trying to figure out, you know, what I should do. So I actually Earthen Vessel away a Fighting to get another Grass and another Fighting. I know I can Sada on that Fighting if I need to. Teal Dance for another Grass energy. And now we're just gonna Sada onto Raging Bolt and retreat Fan, because I can't retreat him for free, so we're gonna retreat Fan. Because at this point, I have no energies of this card pile, so I think I'm trying to decide if I want to knock out here or not. But I'm like, what do I need? I don't really need anything this turn, so I'd rather wait. So I go into Raging Bolt, and I just take the KO, because I can't boss the Mewtwo in front of me, so I'm like, alright, that's fine. And I'm not behind on prizes, so I can't counter catcher. I've already used Prime Catcher, so I just take the 2, or discard the 2 energies and kill the Spidops. And there's my boss. A convenient timing. And so there's the Mewtwo in front of me, and there's another Spidops. So all I need is a rocket energy, and I believe they're able to just take the knockout. So Petrol. Okay, so it allows them to search for a trainer card. I think that's the one that people have been using in other decks, like regular decks. And so they get an Ultra Ball, which I believe they Ultra Ball for a Crobat. Yep, so there's the Rocket Energy. And this is the moment they should have just taken the kill. I believe they can just kill me here. But I actually don't know the details. I mean, they certainly had energy in the discard pile, so I don't see why they couldn't have just, you know, put some on their spider. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was gonna look it up in, TCG Live while this was playing out, because there's the Crobat right there. But, it has to reset on my phone, so never mind. So Raging Bolt gets some more damage, and also they put it on Tailmask Ogerpon, which is, I think, is another really good play. Soften it up, make it an easier target to hit, especially if you're going to be, you know, removing energies and stuff. So, there we go, filters. All I do. Rocket Speed. Okay. Instead of use Scramble Solution, I'm not really sure. Oh, you may discard up to 2 energies from your bench Pokemon. Still don't see why they didn't put energy on their Spidops, though. I believe there was energy in the discard pile. Either way, I'm gonna take the hit from Crobat here. Go to 160. And then they promote, I think, the Mimikyu? Yes. But I'm not gonna let that Mewtwo get away from me. So, we don't really think too hard about it. We just make sure that we have the energy for it. Boss up the Mewtwo. And then I think this is just attack. Oh, I think I try to get a couple more pieces just for next turn. But I know at this point, I think my opponent knows it's over too. Because I know I knocked Owl here. Pick up the Turo. Pick up Valencia. Just to get back those lightning energies if I need it, and to get rid of their rocket factory. Put the energies back into my hand for the next attack, and then I just kill the Mewtwo. And at this point, they just don't have anything going. I'm just trying to figure out what to discard, and I don't agree with leaving the fighting. I should have probably discarded the fighting. But yeah, I just take out the Mewtwo. There's Sada, there's Palpad, and this is Mimikyu. They draw, realize they just don't have anything left. I think this is where they concede. point now it's 6-1. All I need to do is take the kill on one item, one Pokemon, and it's done. And yeah, they just can't. They can't put together anything. But it was really cool to play against that deck. I remember when it was first announced, it was Crobat and Mewtwo. I was a little weirded out by it. Now that I'm sitting here, like, doing the commentary for it, I think this deck actually might not be as bad as people thought it would be. I think having the Crobat fixes some of the Rocket Mewtwo issues where you can't hit the high numbers because you can just Crobat damage onto other Pokemon. Maybe throw like a monkey in there or something, and there you go. You're less reliant on the Spidops for damage at that point, and you're more reliant on doing damage via Mewtwo. But that's not a bad thing, I think. You can just use the Spidops as like a single prizer, kind of like Rotom. So actually, it might not be a bad deck. It might need a little bit of tweaking, and with Ascending Heroes coming out and some Team Rocket support, I think you might be able to build a really good Mewtwo deck. But that's it. So with that, we had our first video where we got we won all 3 games. So I'm really excited. We got Great Ball today. We got all 3 games won. We're just kind of climbing up the ladder. We're halfway through this challenge. So excited to keep going. Just trying to show off that I have a win streak on this thing, and I couldn't remember how to do it. It took me a minute. But yeah, we have a 4-win streak. So thank you all for watching. Have a great night. Bye.